Welcome to ABC4 News at 10. Thanks for being with us tonight. We begin with a tragedy in Tremonton where 2 officers were killed while responding to a domestic violence call. Sarah Murphy's been following this story all day. Sarah, bring us up to speed on what exactly happened leading up to the shooting and what we know tonight about the suspect.
A lot of updates in the last day or so, Brian. It all began about 24 hours ago Sunday night in Tremonton. Sergeant Lee Sorensen and Officer Eric Estrada from the Tremonton Garland Police Department both separately responded to reports of domestic violence in the area. Neighbors tell us they heard what sounded like fireworks, they described, and distressed yells around 9 o'clock Sunday night. Police believe a man used a high-powered rifle to shoot and kill both officers when they arrived on scene.
They, took an oath to protect and serve their communities, and that's what they were doing, and they knew the dangers going into this, and unfortunately, they paid the ultimate price.
You think you know your neighbors, and then maybe you don't know them as well, and it was awful to hear the officer pass.
And we hear it time and time again today. It's something no one would have expected. Police identified 33-year-old Ryan Bate as the suspected shooter. They say Sunday night he assaulted his wife, slamming her head into the doorframe. Now, this isn't his first reported run-in with the law. Last year, police arrested Bate on domestic violence charges, which were later dropped. Right now, he's booked in the Box Elder County Jail on several new charges, including aggravated murder and assault.
Well, tonight, a procession for Officer Sorensen and Estrada, caravan from Taylorsville all the way to Logan, stretching as far as the eye could see. Rush hour traffic came to a halt as the body of Sergeant Sorensen, escorted by dozens of motorcycle officers, police cars, and fire trucks from all around the region, was brought to Tremonton, where the community paid respects along the ribbon-lined streets. Our Bayan Wang spoke with a neighbor of Officer Sorensen, who tells us what this loss means to the neighborhood and the community.
I think our whole neighborhood has been hit really hard. They've all come together, messages between each other. How do we help the family? Not only that, but just the community. Yeah. That's one thing about Box Elder County. It's one thing I fell in love with is the community and the love that you have for your neighbor here.
We've heard that a lot today, for sure. Later, the procession headed up to Logan, where they laid the body of Officer Estrada there, delivered that body to the funeral home.
And tonight, we wanted to learn more about Officers Sorensen and Estrada, what kind of people they were, and the lives that they've lived.
Okay, our Mackenzie Diaz is in northern Utah, speaking with people who knew the fallen officers. Mackenzie.
Brian, Sarah, this is such a devastating loss here in the community, as hundreds of people we saw come here earlier to pay their respects to these officers. We caught up with a couple people who did know one of the officers, and this is what they had to say.
Signs, flags, and ribbons symbolizing the community coming together to honor 2 great lives taken too soon. 56-year-old Sergeant Lee Sorensen and 31-year-old Officer Eric Estrada, remembered by many after tragically being killed Sunday.
The officers they're frequent into my shop here in town that my high school employees are really struggling, that they've become their friends.
Sergeant Sorensen had 17 years of experience as a law enforcement officer, and 16 of those were at the Garland Police Department. He was recently promoted to sergeant and planned to be sworn into his new role on August 22nd. He was awarded the Distinguished Service Award by the Tremont Fire Department for his dedication, professionalism, and commitment to excelling in assisting fire and EMS units during incidents.
He's always pretty good little jokester, but you couldn't ask for a better person to serve the community.
Jonathan Rode knew Sergeant Sorensen for his whole life, saying they grew up next to each other on a farm.
He was compassionate and caring. He wasn't out to hurt people or anything. He had more compassion than most people ever will.
He was just a good guy. He liked to joke. He liked to give people a fun time. He'd like to tease you. He used to come in and tease me all the time when I was working. Say, okay, Lee, what do you want now?
Just the person that was there for everybody.
Yeah.
He was there for the community.
Yeah.
And
just He was
just a really good guy.
Really good cop.
Officer Eric Estrada began his law enforcement career in 2017 with the Logan Police Department and then joined the Box County Sheriff's Office, where he first served in the jail. Then he spent some time as a parole officer and detective before returning back to the Box Elder County Sheriff's Office to work in the jail. Earlier this year, Officer Estrada joined the Tremonton Police Department. He was a dedicated and loving father and husband, enjoying CrossFit and engaging with his community.
Things like this don't happen in these little communities that often, and when this happens, you're just like, wow, you know, it's just scary.
We're always here to help. We're a pretty small community. Everybody helps everybody around here.
Tomorrow, there'll be a memorial in front of the city office buildings for friends and family members to pay their respects. This memorial will be there until after their funerals. Reporting in Tremonton, Mackenzie Diaz, ABC4 News.
So many people knew him and were eager to share a little bit about him with us. Mackenzie, thank you for that.
We want to continue with our next story here tonight.
Your new developments tonight, we're learning more about the third officer and his police dog who were shot as well.
Deputy Mike Allred has been with the Box Elder County Sheriff's Office for the last 5 years. For the last 2, he's been a K-9 handler working with Azula. You see her there, a 3-year-old Belgian Malinois. Authorities say Allred and Azula, at this point, they are in stable condition tonight. Definitely heavy 24 hours up in northern Utah and across the state. We're feeling it. We're going to keep an eye on this tragedy coming out of Tremonton. Make sure you stay with us here on ABC4, both on the air and online, as well as our News for Utah Plus streaming app, as we keep you posted on news to come, funeral plans, and all things that will develop in the next few days.